The first traces of spring might be in the air, but that just means one thing for all of us Sentai fans. New Sentai on the way, and we just had the press conference. And if you don't know, the press conference is when you get to see the actors and actresses for the first time. They're wearing their outfits. You get to hear a preview of the theme song. It's just a really, really awesome thing to kick off the next season of Sentai, and we just had that on the 13th at night. Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. We got to learn about the cast and everything. So let's just get to it and everything we learned. We did the trailer. I did a video that I should have posted right before this of me reacting, kind of breaking down the trailer and everything we learned. But now, let us learn actually a bit more about the heroes and everything that we just heard. So, King-Ohgers, 5 kings. They're on a planet called Shikyu. There are only 5 continents and 5 kingdoms, so easy enough to see. 5 places. They are ruled under one actual king, but so they're 5 kingdoms, 5 kings, but then one head honcho. Right, the team itself was founded at least 2,000 years ago, and the role is being passed down in every generation. Each of them wield the Ohsama caliber, and the Ohsama caliber is huge. The toy listings and stuff are out. If you want, shout out my favorite spot, Tokulectables. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag I love them. But go to Tokulectables. I have a link to it below if you want to get in on any of these pre-orders. Will be fantastic. Get in on your pre-orders because shipping is included in them, so it's really helpful for your budget. So they also they share a transforming shield weapon called the King's Weapon. So I don't know, whenever it's they each get, and then it says they share. So I'm guessing there's maybe only one shield weapon. It reminds me of something like Kiraful Arrow, where there's only, the big one arrow that the team shares. But yeah, that's the King's Weapon. Their enemies are the Earth Emperor, or the Earth Empire. I don't know why I keep calling them like Emperor. The Earth Empire Bugnarok is also around as well. So those are going to be the baddies. I'm going to have pictures of them in just a moment. We're going to let's go through the heroes first. We have Gira. Kuwagata Ohsama is a red stag. He's the self-proclaimed king of the strongest country where protector gods dwell. Shugodan. So he's a man who grew up in an orphanage in the castle town. Because of that, he's a kind-hearted man who thinks of everyone, but because he will always play the villain when he played hero as kids, he has a habit of saying like the words, "I will rule the world," in a misleading tone. Because I guess when I used to playing, a bunch of other kids in the, orphanage, I've heard it called like a juvenile hall, depends on translations. But yeah, he was always the bad guy. So he's just like, "I will rule the world," and people are confused about him. He looks neat. I thought the suits were a little, like, plain on the coloration. I think with the weapon and everything else, it starts working, because they're going to add in all these other colors, too. Plus the capes. I'm a big fan of the capes. Yanma Gus, let's talk about him. Tanbo Ohsama is the blue dragonfly. I guess that makes sense why Yanma, because now I'm picturing the Pokemon Yanma. He's the sovereign of the country of technology, Knospa. And born in a slum, he rose to power through his computer. As I was looking, he's basically the technology kind of guy. So he's really smart. He basically started with nothing, and he just worked his way up. He's often referred to as president, and he is running with a Yankee spirit to, quote, take the top. So he's gonna be the fun go-getter, and he looks like he should be in high school. It makes me wonder about these areas, like is he still gonna be in school, even though this is a different world? What are their schools gonna look like? They all seem much older though. Like none of them look like they should be playing a character, at least in their younger teens. So then we have Himeno Ran, who plays Kamakiri Ohsama, the Yellow Mantis, and is the queen of the Country of Arts and Healthcare, Ishibana, which is a very interesting thing. Arts and healthcare. They like making things pretty and healthy. So she's a beautiful but selfish queen and has an eye on beautiful things and will get them by any means. However, even if that's the case, she is a doctor through and through, and she will not hesitate to save lives and will do it in a spectacular manner. I also saw in another translation that she will always be the one to put, she's selfish, but when it comes to healing, she will always put her patients first. Like, she will be a doctor first over her selfishness. So I do like that. I like when teams have an actual doctor-ish on the team. here I am, back to Kira Major, Kira May Pink, with her being a doctor. Like, that was, I just thought that was a fun tie-in for it. Yeah, I'm sure we'll learn a lot more about her. Then, here we go. We have Rita Kanisuka, who plays Papillon Ohsama, the purple one. Now, this was the one, you know, female, male. I'd heard very early, it's female, but purposely misleading. And yeah, so there we go. That, if she is female, but they just, everything was gender neutral, and maybe, so now they're like, maybe non-binary, maybe they're just trying to have a character without more of a gender. You think more like, well, I mean, like, balance, but, anyway. Here we go. Papillon is the country of ice and snow. Gokhan, they are the chief of justice of the court that protects the neutrality of the world. Which probably also goes, like, why, you know, gender neutral. Everything is about justice, you know, so that it makes sense with the character. Stalwart and may appear like a cold-hearted ruler who is also conservative and cautious, but is also compassionate. They render fair and accurate. They render fair and accurate judgments based on the law. Neat. This, however, oh, by the way, their suit actor did Gokai Yellow and Princess Shinken Red. So I'm expecting really awesome sword work, right? Right. Moving on down to our B bro. Hachioger is Karagukai Daibowski. He's the black bee and the lord of the country of agriculture, which, I mean, his outfit is just, yeah, I mean, he just looks like he's about ready to have a good time. So it's the country of agriculture tofu. Toufu. Fu. He's a smiling, lying, two-faced, three-tongued man. I love it. Yukio seed. He's very selfish and doesn't mind getting his hands dirty just to keep the peace. Which I think is interesting, is to keep the peace, he'll get his hands dirty, but he's also, to do that, you know, he's smiling, lying, two-timing. Like, that is a very interesting early description for one of your heroes. I gotta know more about this guy, right? That is Hachioger. So yeah, the king is Lechlais Hastier, who I probably pronounced that horrible, is gonna be the true king of Shugatham, and the one who succeeded his father as king. So he's the world's most powerful person, brings the 5 kingdoms together with unparalleled leadership, and he is also highly trusted by the public. That probably means he's gonna be evil. Like, is it just me? Because that usually means he's gonna be evil. Just saying. So, yeah. Everybody trusts him. He's probably gonna end up being the bad guy. Anywho, he has 2 aides. We have Doga and Bashmar, who's part of his entourage, gonna be helping take care of him and whatnot. And then we have Yanma's aide is Shiokara. And then we have Himino Red's aide is Sebastian. And Rita's aide is Morphonia. I mean, Morphonia just makes, like, it just go, you know, morphing into different things. And the purple is all about, you know, balance and whatnot. So that's kind of neat. Learning a little bit more about the villains, we have Earth Empire. Bugnarok is led by Desnarok the 8th, who I also read somewhere as he is like the lowest like ranking of them. So that definitely tells you there's going to be a lot higher up than this guy. So he is seeking to rewrite the balance of power between humans and Bugnarok by locating this artifact, basically. Also, as a member of the Bugnarok is Prime Minister Kamijim, who is researching insectoid mechanical life forms, which he's going to come to the right place. He strengthens the Bugnarok by giving them insect power, and after they're strengthened by Kamijim, the Bugnarok become a monster, has the ability to grow into giant size. So this, already, and then just a quick look, I have a pic of the baddies. I didn't actually get their name or anything, but I'll toss the picture up. They remind me of like Buffa's helmet, right, from Gates. Am I imagining that, or am I thinking of a different helmet? Let me know in the comments. What helmet does that remind you of? Because I feel like we've seen something like that before. They are very armored. I feel like usually, you know, Sentai hero, like, they don't have more of the padding on him and stuff, but they're interesting. We're gonna find out a heck of a lot more really, really soon because it is premiering on March 5th, which is actually March, 4th for us. So that's not this coming weekend. So we have two more weeks. We have 2 more weeks of Dawn Brothers, and then we have this. So I want to know who you're most excited for. What character you're most excited for, if there's anything in particular. Let me know if you want me to do a run through of toys or anything else like that for it. But I am super hyped for another show as always, but I'm always sad when the current one ends. We've been living in the land of milk and honey, man, when it comes to Sentai and Rider lately. I feel like it's just been bangers, and I don't want to see him go, man. I love my Dawn Brothers. I have not gotten any pre-orders yet for King-Ohger. Just funds and stuff right now, like not getting in any pre-orders. Plus that sword is huge. So we'll get there, right? We'll get there. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up right here, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. I super appreciate it. Thanks to my Patreons for sticking around. And if no one told you today, I love you and I think you're awesome. I'll see you at the next video. Doodles.